Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's another episode here on Custom Carpers, and in this episode, we're going to be working on the Super Sting again. In this episode, our goal is to get the whole side bodywork done, at least this side, maybe even the other side, and maybe the back. Let's just go ahead and jump into time-lapse mode and get some stuff done.
Into the time-lapse mode.
Alright guys, so we're moving along nicely, but if you zoom in kind of right down here, you can see that there's a dent right there. At least it looks like a dent, but really it's just a low spot, and we need to take some body filler and fill it up right there. So basically we're going to go ahead, mix up some Bondo, and apply it right there. So let's go ahead and get it done. Alright guys, now real quick, I'm going to show you kind of some tips when you're going to apply your Bondo. So to start off, I like to take a Sharpie marker, and where it's low, I like to make a big mark. Now this is past the low spot by a little bit, and this side's not quite as much, but you want to go past it enough so that way you know where to go. I don't need to go up too much into this territory because it's pretty smooth, but there is a little tiny low spot about here. So basically this just lets you know exactly where to put it. You might be like, oh, I know what I'm doing here. I don't need to mark it to show where I'm going, but sometimes it's really handy, especially if you do this all around the car and then you mix up over like too much Bondo. Then you can go around the car and find these spots that are circled and fill them in. That's just a quick little tip. The next little tip is to buy a bunch of spreaders. These things are Bondo brand, and they're at Ace Hardware for like $5. You get 3 different sizes. You got a tiny one, medium one, and the big one. We're going to be using the big one in this one because I'm going to try to make this as flat as possible. The big one covers more surface area, so it makes it easier for smoothing it out. So basically when you're applying the Bondo, you just want it to be at a little bit of an angle to the body, as you can kind of see right here, at an angle so it's always pushing down and putting pressure into wherever you're trying to fill out. So let's go ahead and mix up a batch and fill it in. If you have any more questions, comment down below. Alright guys, we went ahead and we got this driver passenger side A-pillar done, and it's all primered and everything. We got a little bit more wet sanding to do on that, but for now we're going to be moving back here onto the rear trunk, and we're going to try to get this thing a bit more or less sanded down and body filled and done. So let's just go ahead, jump into time-lapse mode again, and just sand this thing up and get the trunk done. Alright guys, so we went ahead and we kind of started going on this trunk, but I kind of got carried away and started wrapping around the side and sanding it as well. But we figured out that there's actually a really high spot right here, so we're going to get the cordless grinder and grind that down, and then maybe have the body filler over that. So we're kind of just wrapping around, just getting everywhere done while we're going around. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the grinder, grind that down, and then we'll continue from there. Alright guys, so it looks like there's a couple of dings right here. There's about 3 or 4 right there. So we're going to go ahead and mix up a little batch of Bondo and fill those in so that way they're not too obvious when we go to paint it. Alright guys, so while we're waiting for that body filler to dry, let's go ahead now and move on to mounting the other one of these on the other side. Alright guys, so that looks really good. That's going to be a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like as well as a sub. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. See you guys in the next video. Bye. Well, we started standing and stuff, but I forgot to get a towel, so let's go ahead and go to the garage and get a towel real quick.